Remember this. Everybody, hands on their rosh. Everybody say rosh.
Rosh.
Rosh. Rosh means what in Hebrew?
Head.
You're so smart. All right.
Who would like to read? Emily, will you read the first sentence of the very top of the page?
The first blessing of the Amidah is the Avot Ve'imahot. It begins with us mentioning our first ancestors.
You want, of course, the next generation of kids to have a Jewish education, and you have to have the programming to do that, but you also have to create a compelling facility that children want to come to, that parents want to have their kids participate in.
When you walk into that courtyard, it exudes that feeling of what Temple Bethel is all about, which is one large family, interconnected.
I walked in here and I was floored. I've never seen a school like this before. I mean, my children have only been in one other daycare, and I walked into here and I was like, it was like Oz for them. You know, it was like a whole new experience.
Let's do it again. Hine, matov, uma, nayin,
I can't begin to express the inspiration, the gratitude, the awe that I feel for the incredible efforts of so many men and women who made this dream become a reality.
There's so many people that have been so instrumental in making this happen. They really deserve the credit. Our name may hang on this, but the fact is there have been many, many people who have given unselfishly of themselves to ensure that this building will be there for generations to come.
Are you Ima today in our Shabbat service?
So we have an obligation to try to the best of our ability to educate our young people as best we can and make them as connected as we can to their religion.
All of us attended Hebrew school, went to a temple someplace, and someone that I never met built it for me, for my children. Now what you're doing is creating for future generations to come, and that we all have a responsibility to do that.
Is anybody happy that today is Friday? Yeah. Why is Friday so special?
Shalom, everyone.
We are Temple Bethel's Jewish childcare, meaning we service children as young as 2 months up to 2 years old, full and part-time 12 months a year. And what makes us unique is that we do have a flexible program so that parents can pick and choose the days and times that they need care for their child, and we accommodate them, whatever schedule that is.
When you're thinking from a preschool standpoint, safety and security really rise to the top. And so when we designed this campus, there is one point of entry. It is surrounded by an 8-foot concrete fence on a 3-foot berm. There are cameras everywhere. We think we live in a wonderful community and a wonderful time, but there's still an image and feeling about security that needs to be raised to the highest level. So we have the capacity and we have provided for that. The materials that are used, the nature of the energy efficient air conditioning, the lighting we used, there's a great focus on making this a green facility top to bottom, as well as communicating the greenness to the children, because this is part of what they're going to face as they grow up. This is the world that's ahead of us.
The goal of each of our choices in the artwork was to create art that told a story that could provide a teaching lesson for our students and for our adults who walk through the Welcome Center.
Then I think from a parent standpoint, once they got involved in the classroom, they saw the caliber of the staff that we've hired.
The facility is beautiful. We know our curriculum works. It is tried and true, but those things would be nothing without the staff.
And if you want a challenging interview process, try applying to be a preschool educator here. It's unbelievable what they go through just to get an opportunity to work here. But we have the best of the best.
And I feel very lucky to be able to be here and to be able to do this. It's exceptional.
Okay, so try that part. That's for the grown-ups teaching the children how to sing the song. Sing. Yeehaw, your Boca, it shows the world you're a Jew.
This goes back many years. And I think it's a vision of Merle Singer's to have something out west to serve a community that he envisioned would eventually be built up.
You can't be a Jew alone and by yourself. Judaism requires a community. Judaism requires friends. Judaism requires people who you can share your moments of happiness, sadness, joy, celebration. And for that little child, what all this means is that he or she is not alone by themselves. They enrich each other.
The Maimonides Institute for Jewish Learning is the umbrella for all of the educational enterprises at Temple Beth El.
We have a significant amount of family education where we bring parents in to learn side by side with their children. If the 3rd grade is learning about Israel, we will have a parent session about Israel.
We are one congregation that utilizes the incredible facilities that we have on our main campus and also on the Beck family campus.
Blessed you, Adonai, our God, which is, should I read the Hebrew too?
Sure.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu.
Excellent. Matt, why don't you read 9?
The lead donor for the campaign is someone who chose to remain anonymous, who contributed $2 million to this project. Named it the Maimonides Institute because he believed in what Maimonides taught 1,000 years ago, that there needed to be a synthesis between Jewish tradition and the modern world in which we live. And this is the hallmark of what makes Temple Beth El's religious enterprise what it is.
Didn't she go to her and touch her peg? Touch her off. The whole process of watching this campus being built, watching it put together, all the work that went to it, has given such energy not to just this ground here at Yamato and 441, but to the whole temple. And it is so powerful to talk to people about this campus and the energy it's brought east.
We are now members of Temple Beth El. We saw this big building going up and we said, hey, let's go check it out. And we figured it would be a good time to get involved with the temple and bring them to a different school.
And it's for the children who have brought us back to the traditions that we loved, but and now because of our kids have the time for.
For many of our families, this is their first introduction to Judaism and to congregational life.
And by having these little children begin their Jewish journeys at Temple Beth El, whether it's in preschool or in religious school, it invites their parents and sometimes even their grandparents to join that journey as well.
Yeah, it's great. We do Shabbat every Friday night now. They bring the challah home with the candles.
I believe that it grounds our children, and I also believe that it brings our family together. You know, we do Shabbos every Friday night with my mother, and we go to temple services.
I can't tell you what an inspiration it is to have life brought into this Beck family campus, and it's due to the generous donors that helped to make it possible.
The thought of this originally was for generations to come. Many, many years ago, back in 1977, other people thought of our children and grandchildren, and that's when the main campus was built. So we felt it our responsibility to provide for the future generations, and they came.
I love Bim Bom.
I love Bim Bom. I love Bim Bom.
Sing it again.
Okay, let's do it again.
I think about the joy I'll have one day of maybe celebrating a wedding with one of them. That's why this place is so important, because this invites families to create a lifelong bond with this larger Jewish community, this incredible congregation.
Not just amazing, it's heartwarming to look at the infants, look at the children that are left under our care and our responsibility, and to see the warmth, the love, the nurturing beauty of the staff. They're building memories, and memories is what Judaism's all about. Being in that environment, they're creating the memories, they're beginning to create stories that they then will tell to their children and someday to their own grandchildren.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.